Hi, my name is Jay Mahendru, and today I'll be talking about how you can discover devices or services on your local network using your Windows 10 device. We'll be taking a look at what is DNS-SD and what it takes to create an app using the DNS-SD API. I'll also be providing some resources at the end so you can create an app on your own and provide feedback to us. DNS-SD works hand in hand with MDNS, which is a multicast protocol that prevents the need for a unicast server by letting devices communicate with each other directly. Let's go ahead and take a look at what it takes to build an end-to-end DNS-SD app. When creating a DNS-SD app, the first thing you need to do is to register yourself. By registering your app, other apps will be able to discover you on the local network. When registering the app, you need to provide a service name, which is broken down into 3 individual parameters. The instance name is what the app will show when you put it up on the App Store. It is a human-readable name. If we're making a simple chat application over the local network, we can give it an instance name such as Simple Chat App. The service type is what your app's protocol name is. This is what other apps will be searching for when they try to look your app up on the local network. For example, if you're trying to discover printers using DNS-SD, their service type is .ipp. For the chat app we're creating, we can give it a service type of SCA._TCP, which means we'll be looking for that app over the TCP protocol. The domain name is the standard DNS domain, such as Microsoft.com. On the local network, you can simply use the keyword .local. For your app, you can also specify text attributes that other apps can parse. These are things that might be important to other apps or instances of your own app. For example, if you're building a simple chat application, other apps may want to know what is the maximum number of concurrent users that the app can handle. You may also want to specify the locale, for example, English US. The next important thing for building your app is discovery and resolution. This is how other apps will discover and get information to be able to connect to your app. To do a discovery, all the app has to do is do a search query on the service type of your app. In this case, we look for services of the type SCA or the TCP protocol. In this example, we see that our API has discovered 2 instances of the SCA app on the local network. Once we have the instance names, we can resolve them to get more important information such as the IP address and the port number. We will also get the text attributes that we put in during registration time. Once we have the IP address and port number, we can use a number of resources to connect to the other app instance, the most common one being the Modern Sockets API. Now that we have covered how to create a DNS-SD app, let's go ahead and take a look at some code. Once we have registered our application, we'll be using the Windows.Devices.Enumeration API to discover instances of it. The Windows.Devices.Enumeration API requires a unique GUID for each discovery type we're looking for, such as DNS-SD or Bluetooth. The unique GUID for DNS-SD is shown on screen. Next up, we'll create a query string for all apps using the DNS-SD protocol along with their service type. Once we have created the query string, we can add a callback to the watcher and start it. Once we have discovered instances of our application on the local network, we'll retrieve information that will allow us to connect to those instances. We'll be retrieving information such as the IP address, the port number, and optional text attributes. Using the IP address and the port number, we can go ahead and create the socket connection. Once we have the IP address and the port number, we can go ahead and start the socket connection. I don't have a demo for you today, but please take a look at the DNS-SD documentation and sample app. I hope you had fun learning about the DNS-SD API. Please take a look at the MSDN documentation and the sample app. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll be creating your very own DNS-SD app.